Hi.
Hi, Megan.
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday, coming at you with a
Side piece.
Side piece Tuesday.
Side piece Tuesdays. Side piece Tuesdays. Side piece Tuesdays.
Getting that side piece on a Tuesday. Oh my gosh, my allergies are awful.
Kara went on
A little excursion.
an escape, and then she came back and the allergies were
Yeah,
like,
no, it's horrible because I had like all the salty, like clean air and my body loved it. And now I'm back and it was just like pouring rain. So all the pollen from the trees is like, sucker.
Yeah, I'm
great.
telling you what, if you're local, you know this, but Kentucky, or at least central Kentucky, and the rain lately,
It's bad.
good Lord, every single day.
Yeah.
And then, like, you look at the 7-day forecast and it'll be
There
like,
was, like-
oh, next week will be great. And then it's not
It's
great.
not.
It's every day
No,
rain.
yesterday was like a 10% chance of rain and there were so many thunderstorms last night.
Yeah, because I was at the pool and I had to leave
Yeah.
because it started thundering. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? It wasn't supposed to rain today.
No,
So I don't know what's happening, but I'm
I
tired
don't
of it.
know. It needs to stop.
Okay, I have a side piece for you
I
today.
can't wait.
I made a note. Before I start this, I'm just going to warn you that there are like ample opportunities for dirty jokes. And I just want you to like
Soak every one of them up.
just be ready.
I'm
Just prepare. It's going to make your head explode.
okay.
All right. Today, we're going to talk about bone pointing. That's right, Kara.
I love that when that happens to me. Bones just pointing
The pointing
in my
of
direction.
bones.
And it begins.
And we're off. Okay. The Aborigines, P.S., I have not double checked the pronunciation of anything.
Oh, same.
I know Aborigine is
Yeah.
correct, but once we get in here, you're going to be
same.
like, oh, Megan. And I'll be like, yeah, it's a problem. Okay, so the Aborigines of Central Australia believe that there is no such thing as a natural death. So if a person dies,
Something was wrong with them.
it's because someone else used magic to cause their death.
Okay.
And that would mean that the person's death would have to be avenged.
Oh.
So, like, if you die,
Ooh.
if you have an accident or you die, like, if
Of
you're
old
attacked by an
age?
animal or whatever, then, like, yeah, they know what caused that death.
Okay.
But if it's a death that is, like, old age or cancer or something that they can't look at and be like, I know exactly what happened to you, then
Heart
that's,
attack,
that's
stuff like that.
their
Okay.
explanation for it is magic.
Oh.
I'm assuming because their medical knowledge is more
Right.
primitive.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with some sort of reason.
Right.
When someone dies in a not easily explainable way,
Okay.
there's a thing called kurdacha. Kurdacha. A
Yes.
kurdacha is a type of shaman, and the kurdacha is the one who is in charge of avenging the death.
Ooh.
So the first step is when someone dies, you have to identify who the guilty person is, who caused
Okay.
the death.
Okay.
And sometimes the person who died will tell you, like they tell the Relchawa or the medicine man, which is
Right.
what I should have
Yeah,
just
we'll-
used
we'll
that.
just
I don't
go
know
with
why
that.
I even tried.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the
Thank you.
attempt.
Thank
I
you.
applaud that. Yeah. The effort is good. It's there.
So sometimes the dying person will tell the medicine man.
Oh, okay.
They'll be like, this is who's responsible.
Yeah.
Because maybe they don't even know what's happening to them for all the same
Oh.
reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
just know they're dying
Yeah.
and they're like, well, this person must have done it.
Ooh.
I feel like I would, if I was dying and I had to guess.
I would call out some people.
It's my last chance to just really
Ruin everybody's life.
I'm taking you out with me.
Yeah.
But it's also like,
You
I could probably
thought
come up
you
with a few
had fun
guesses.
with this, but you just wait until my death. Those
I know who did
deathbed
it.
confessions are going to get you.
I know who wants me dead right now.
I literally am going to come back to haunt you.
But if the person doesn't name anyone, the dying person doesn't name anyone, then they look for other signs of who the guilty person is.
Oh.
One article gave an example of if a burrow is made by an animal on a particular side of the grave, then that burrow shows the direction of where the killer lives.
What?
So can you imagine?
There's just like a neighborhood.
Like
back
you're
there.
just like in the vicinity.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh God, please, like, you know you're not guilty.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Jesus,
There's a
freaking
mole.
animal.
There's a mole.
There's a-
It's climbing. Shove it on the other side.
Yeah, you're like making noises to
Don't-
scare it. It's like, go
Stop,
that way.
stop it,
Go
stop,
that way.
Stop.
You're so screwed though, because it's like superstition and people get real into it.
My
Clearly.
hut's in the right, and this little creature's coming at me in its tunnel.
So
Oh God.
obviously, if the dying person didn't identify their killer, then it can take a while
Right.
to
That investigator.
figure out who did it.
Man.
Even years. Like one of them said it could take years.
Oh gosh.
Doesn't matter how long it takes though.
Okay.
Once they figure out who the killer is, the Kurdacha
Yep.
must avenge the death. I have a friend in Australia. I could have probably messaged him and been like, could you tell me?
No, I like it better this way.
Okay. Quick notes about the Kardaicha.
Uh-huh.
He wears a thick pad of emu feathers as shoes.
Oh, I love this.
And the feathers are matted together with blood drawn from the arm of a young man.
Oh.
And the tops of the shoes are
Wait,
constructed.
pause. Who's the volunteer for this? Blood.
I bet it's some sort of honor. Like, don't you think? Like, you're probably like a strong young man if your blood is used for the Kardaicha shoes.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
The tops of the shoes
He's not a hemophiliac.
are constructed. If he is, there'll be a whole other death and a whole other thing.
A vengeful death. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So the tops of the shoes.
Kardaicha's the killer.
Can I just tell you about the tops of the shoes?
Yeah.
Dang it, Kira. No, but the Kardaicha is a killer. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably like, oh, like a serial killer?
Yeah.
Like a psychopath is like, please pick me as the Kardaicha. Yeah. Please pick me. I get to kill people and it's sanctioned.
Okay, great.
Now let me tell you about the tops of these shoes.
Okay, yep, go for it. With the feathers and blood, okay?
Then the tops of the shoes are constructed from human hair from a living person.
Okay.
The shoes are considered so
thick,
evil.
so I feel like it could.
Oh, my
could
shoes.
do that.
My hair could definitely make some shoes.
Yeah.
The shoes are considered so evil that they are to be hidden from when they're not in use so that women and children can't see them. So when not in use, they are wrapped in kangaroo skin and hidden in a sacred place.
Oh.
Although you're permitted to wear them more than once, they usually didn't last more than one journey.
Well, of course
They don't
didn't.
seem-
I don't think
don't
that's
seem real
very
sturdy. When in use, they are decorated with lines of white and pink down the middle, and they're said to leave no tracks, which is creepy.
I would think feathers wouldn't, right?
Probably, I guess that's why they're made of feathers. Yeah. We should file that away in our brains for anywhere we need to sneak around somewhere.
I love this. Okay, yep.
Feather feet.
Feather feet. Who has an emu farm?
If you have an emu farm,
Hit us up. Send us some. Just go ahead and just don't even hit us up. Go ahead and just mail those feathers on to the shop. I'll be expecting them.
How creepy it would be to get a box full of feathers. The smell.
Oh gosh.
Now peacock feathers, you could send me those if you want to.
Yeah, what does an emu smell like though?
Aren't
Probably
they
a
like
farm
ostriches?
creature?
Don't they look like ostriches?
Like giant dinosaurs. Velociraptors.
They look just like velociraptors. The Kardaicha, they wear, I'm going to say it differently every time in the hopes that one of these is right.
Yep.
They wear kangaroo hair, which is stuck to their bodies after they coat themselves in human blood. And they also don masks of emu feathers. This sounds terrifying to me.
They're just like a giant furry.
Oh, no.
No. Like they've made their own costume.
Yeah, out of blood and feathers and hair.
Also, kangaroos' hair isn't that long, so it's like going to take a lot of it. Unless it was with the skin. No.
So they smear themselves with human blood and they stick the kangaroo hair to it.
So you're just like,
gross.
it's like shearing sheep, but instead you're like shearing kangaroos, and you're just like,
sticking it
it's in like a pad on the floor, and you're just like rolling in it after you've rolled in the blood.
They do it. Yeah.
I think that's what happens.
That's definitely it. Seems real ceremonial. Also, the person who is selected as the Kardaicha has to have one of his small toes dislocated by having a stone heated and then applied to the ball of the toe.
What? Huh? Why? How does that dislocate that? Why wouldn't you just like pull it out?
Well, once the joint is softened, the toe is dislocated by jerking it outward real quick.
Oh, they're doing it nicely.
I guess heating it up makes it happen quicker.
I guess so.
And they know this because when they have found the shoes, there is like a hole cut out sort of on the side.
For the weird toe?
For the toe. Like, I don't understand what the purpose is, and I never could find, I think it's like their toes are dislocated.
This mental image, of like a toe sticking out of these feather shoes with hair.
Okay, so we've got the Kardaicha, and his toes dislocated, and he's wearing the creepy shoes.
Yep.
Then, a council of elders decides which method will be used to kill the person that needs to be killed.
Oh my gosh.
One of the ways that they use most often is what we're talking about today. Bone pointing.
Bone pointing in bones.
The pointing of the bones.
Pointing the bones.
Bone pointing is a method of execution that leaves no trace and never fails to kill its victim.
What?
The killing bone. I knew when I picked this. I was like, I cannot say bone that many times. Okay. The killing bone is called a
What
kundala.
is it called?
It's called a kundala.
Okay.
Kundala bone. It's made of human, kangaroo, emu, or even wood. They're anywhere from... Gosh, this whole description is going to be a problem. They're anywhere from 6 to 9 inches long.
Oh, okay.
And they look like a long
so
needle.
they do vary in size.
At the rounded end... The thing is, when I researched and wrote this out, I was just like, yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. But then I get in front of you. And I'm like, I can't say anything. It's all wrong. It's all dirty. It's a I haven't even got the next sentence, and I don't think I can say it.
Nope, go for it. Go for it. I'm ready. I'm so calm and...
At the rounded end.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the rounded end, a piece of hair is attached through a...
Yes, at the rounded end, a piece of hair is attached to the hole and glued into place with the gummy resin.
The rounded end goes into the hole with the with the gummy resin.
Before it can be used, there's a ritual to charge the kundala with a powerful psychic energy. To be effective, the ritual must be performed faultlessly. The bone is then given to the kardecha, and typically there's more than one kardecha
So there
involved.
can't be spillage of the gummy resin.
Nope. Okay. So they've charged the bone.
Yeah.
And they give it to the kardecha. There's just one bone.
So these elders are the ones passing around the bone, charging it up.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
There's one bone, and they give it to the kardecha, but there's usually more than one kardecha. There's usually, they hunt in pairs or threes. And they will pursue the person for years if necessary.
So the bone just finds the person.
Yes. They never give up until the person has been cursed. So they're wearing the kangaroo hair and the shoes and just hunting through holding the bone and hunting through wherever they go. Once the man is caught, one of the kardecha goes down onto one knee and points the kundala. The victim is said to be frozen with fear and stays to hear the curse. I feel like the answer is like, run away.
Run so you can't hear anything.
A brief piercing chant that the kardecha chants. Then he and his fellow hunters return to the village, and the kundala is ritually burned. The condemned man may live for several days or even weeks, but he believes so strongly in the curse that has been uttered that he will surely die. It is said that the ritual loading of the kundala creates a spear of thought, which pierces the victim when the bone is pointed at him, as if an actual spear has been thrust at him. And his death is certain.
What?
So I think the most fascinating part of this is he believes so strongly in the curse that he will surely die. Like, all they've done
is yell
is point a bone at you and chant.
Yeah.
But people die. This is what I think is the fascinating part of all this.
Okay.
Victims become listless and apathetic. They usually refuse food or water, with death often occurring within days of being cursed.
Okay.
When victims survived, it's assumed that the ritual was faulty in its execution.
Did they go after him again?
Yeah, they'll keep doing it.
Oh my gosh.
The phenomenon is recognized as psychosomatic in that death is caused by an emotional response, often fear, to some suggested outside force, and is known as self-willed death or bone-pointing syndrome. So, the following story is related about the role of the kardecha by anthropologists John Godwin and Ronald Rose. In 1953, a dying aborigine named Kinjika was flown from the Arnhem Land in Australia's Northern Territory to a hospital in Darwin. Tests revealed he had not been poisoned, injured, nor was he suffering from anything, like nothing. Nothing was wrong with him at all. Yet, he was absolutely dying. After 4 days of agony spent in the hospital, he died on the 5th day, and it was said that he died of bone pointing. He had been accused of an incestuous relationship, and instead of going to his trial, he fled the village. So the hunters found him, cursed him, and that's why he died.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that happened. So accounts of death caused by magic are found all over the world, and there have been lots of studies about, like, why? Like, how? Why, how?
Why?
The medical community refers to them as self-willed deaths or death by suggestion. Death by suggestion occurs among people so primitive that they don't have the knowledge base to understand natural phenomena. And they rely on their imaginations to explain why bad things happen. So just like how they're like, well, if you died and I don't know why, then it must have been magic. Those explanations usually result in explanations about evil spirits and spells. When a person is cursed, it's not just that he is certain he's going to die. everyone around him is like, yeah, you're going to die.
Yeah, you're done.
So there's no support system. There's no like, just fight it.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
dude, it was just some random person yelling at you.
It's like, I'm going to die, so I'm just going to lay here and die. Like, I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Yeah.
So in such a situation, it is not surprising that the victim is overwhelmed by feelings of dread and powerlessness, and his demise follows quickly. Belief in the Kurdacha and the power of curses still persists, though perhaps less so than before. In Australia, the practice is still common enough that hospitals and nursing staff are trained to manage illnesses caused by bad spirits and bone pointing.
Oh.
I know.
Can you imagine going through medical school and like doing your clinicals and all of a sudden they're like, okay.
Let me tell you about these bone pointing.
There's these things that we gotta cover.
I'm reading this book right now that is like, it's one of those, you know, very positive. Like, it's called A Course in Miracles Experiment. It's really great. But one of the main things that it talks about throughout the book is how just the power of what we think and how it shapes our world. Like, you know, perception is reality. And so the way you perceive the world is your reality. And my reality could be different from yours. Right. So when you fully believe that bone pointing kills you, then it kills you.
Yeah.
And it's been proven. Like that's, you know, and it's just so fascinating to think about. So then the opposite could also be true, right?
Yes.
Like if you fully believe that good things are going to happen.
Right. And that's what's going to fill you up.
Then good things are going to happen. I love it. But I thought this was, I just think it's fascinating.
That's very fascinating. That's the story, guys. If
For
you
the day, for the week.
have ever had a bone pointed at you, we're sorry.
Careful.
Watch out.
Pointing the bone at you and chanting, it's no good comes of it, guys.
No good literally comes of that.
Thanks for listening.
Happy Tuesday.
We'll talk to you Friday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.